Justin Allen, peace and blessings to you, my brother. Peace and blessings to you. How are you? I know all is well. Everybody, how you doing?
Peace and blessings, family.
Can y'all hear us clearly? If you can hear us clearly, let us know, okay? You know, I'm Wunam, a.k.a. Nicky Love.
Brother Adinkra.
And welcome to Spiritually Seeing News, where we see everything that you could only imagine to see. And tonight we're going to be talking about the rituals of the ancient ancestors, our ancient Kemitic ancestors, our ancient Nubian ancestors, our ancient Egyptians, for those who don't know the original names, okay? And we're going to be talking about two of the actual gods from ancient Egypt or ancient Kemet. And I'm saying both because some people are not aware of the original name and the original teachings of ancient Egypt. So that's what we're doing tonight, family. Peace and blessings to my YouTube family. Okay, let's get up here. Let's get up here. YouTube family. I know all is well with you all. As you heard, we're going to be talking and showing you how to do some rituals with the ancients. And I just wanted to share this because I've been communicating with our ancient ancestors a very, very long time, family. They give me many, many messages, okay? And, you know, there was messages I put out a couple of months ago. We was told by the ancient ancestors that we needed to actually do a total green diet for a week. And not because we needed to become vegans. We did it because we were told that we had to reset or reactivate the DNA. So we had to do the green diet because it was going to do something to our DNA, which was to help begin the reactivation. So from time to time, I get messages from the ancient ones, okay? Now, as you've all heard me say before, the ancients said, we shall rise in the west, the ancient Egyptians, the ancient Kemites, whatever you want to call it, our ancient Nubians, okay? Some of you all that have been watching me for a long time or watching us know that, you know, I always talk about our ancient ancestors. Well, they're constantly giving us messages, okay? And we're saying that tonight we're here to share with you two of the rituals I want you all to do. So get your pens and your papers, okay? And there's candles. Now, at our store, Spiritually Speaking store, we do have the Kemetic candles of each god or deity or whatever you want to call it that we, you know, that people buy to work with, okay? And tonight we're going to be talking about
Anpu and
Sekhmet. Sekhmet, okay?
Sekhmet.
Anpu and Sekhmet. A lot of you know him as Anubis, okay?
Yeah.
That's the Greek name, okay?
The Greek name is Anubis.
Right. The original name is Anpu, okay? Now, what I want you all to know, family, is if you don't know your ancient history, go look at it, okay? Go research it, go study it, okay? Not only that, look in the mirror and you are an ancient one. Like the ancient said, we shall rise in the west, okay? And I'm going to tell you all like this. I'm seeing it a lot. Many ancient ones are walking around here, you know what I mean? And you don't even know it. If you wonder why you had a pointy beard, that comes from our ancient ancestors. If you wonder why you got locks in your hair, that comes from our ancient ancestors. If you wonder, ladies, where the wigs and the colors come from, and the makeup, and the bling bling, you know, the jewelry and the earrings, that comes from our ancient ancestors.
And the pointed nails that everybody think is new.
Yeah, all you have to do is go back to the hieroglyphs on the walls and you'll see who you are. And they said we shall rise in the west, and it is so true, family. It is so true. Okay?
All the way down to the waves, you see. I ain't got none. You know, I got a couple bugs, as they say.
He's just talking about.
But yeah, even down, I've seen the brothers in ancient Kemet with waves in their hair. So all of that is us.
All of that is us. You know, as we always say, nothing is new under the sun. You see what I'm saying? So we are at the beginning of the end. So we shall rise again, and we have risen, family, okay? So tonight, we're definitely going to be talking about Anpu first, okay? For those, again, don't know the original name of Anubis is Anpu. Now, I'm going to let Brother Adinkra tell you a little bit about it, because some people don't know. For those of you who know, don't come in here acting the professor like you know everything. Let the people that don't know, let them get some education, and then we'll have them research it on a little bit more later, okay? So go ahead, Brother Adinkra.
Well, brother Anpu. I'm thinking about, oh man, the conscious community. I said, brother Anpu. Anpu is like she said, is the Greek name for Anpu is Anubis, and he's the deity of the underworld. You know, well, not the underworld, but of the dead. He helps guide, you know, the dead in the afterlife and make sure that they get to the afterlife if they're supposed to go. And is there anything else you want to add to that? With Anpu?
No, handle your business. What you want to do it tonight? Don't handle your business.
So, okay. You know, a lot of people always say that Anpu is they try to say he's the Lord of the underworld, but he's not the Lord of the underworld. The Lord of the underworld is not Osiris, but yeah, they say it's Osiris, but it's not Osiris. Osiris is actually, well, Osiris is the king of the underworld, so which makes him also the god and the ruler of the underworld. So, but you know, Anubis is good because you use him for the ancestors, you know. And he's the protector of the ancestors. So, and with this ritual that she's gonna give tonight, no, that's Sekhmet. Here's the Anpu candle for y'all. You know, hopefully y'all can read that or see that. But this is the Anpu candle, and the Egyptian candles, they come with a bracelet, because some of our candles are, you know, for protection and stuff like that. So after you burn the candle, we got they also have the prayers and stuff on here that you say and recite when you do it. So it's coming with, you know, the ritual intact. So how you work the candles and stuff like that, and then after that, after it burns, you wear the bracelet of it for the protection or whatever the purpose of the candle is for.
All right, family. The most important thing you all need to know is it's just not any ritual. One thing you need to be educated on is that the ancients used to write from right to left, okay? Not only that, when you're doing your rituals to these actual deities or gods or whatever you want to call them, you are to recite them backwards. You're to write your prayers backwards, okay? You want to write them backwards. Now, I was given this years ago, actually, and some of you all heard me tell the story. For the ones who remember, like my sister Candy Rain, and those of you who used to listen to me on the radio show, I was at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I was doing, I had my ancient shrine set up behind me, and they were telling me to sing a song backwards, okay? And when they told me to sing the song backwards, I was like, backwards? I said, okay. So I started writing the words backwards. Well, after I sang the song backwards, it sounded like I was speaking the language of the ancient ones. Or the Metunetra, but also my daughter says, Mom, you know, you sound like you're speaking the same language as the Mummy, you know, the movie The Mummy. So I went on YouTube, y'all. I put on the video, and I say, it does kind of sound like that, you know, when I'm singing the song. So I call up one of my brothers who happens to speak Metunetra, and he says, you know what you're saying? And the name of the song was called Welcome to Venus, and all I was saying was Imaklu Sunev, okay? Which, come to find out, in Metunetra meant I'm the bringer of light, okay? It meant I was the bringer of light. And then after that, they had.
And what was the name of that song so people could look it up?
Which one?
The one you're talking about that you did.
I did. The name of that song was Welcome to Venus. That's it. Okay. And then I had another one where they actually had me speaking the language backwards, speaking the words backwards. And actually, you know, doing a chant in the ancient language. And that one you all can look up. It's on YouTube. It's called Magic Spell. And you'll hear me speaking it in the middle of the song. But what I'm doing tonight is, because it's time, is I'm sharing with you all how to begin to start reverencing these ancient deities because I was given a message that it's time for us to begin to resurrect them, okay? It's time for us to begin to resurrect our ancient ones. So the more energy we all put into it, the more powerful and the more alive these ancient gods are going to come back, okay? So it's time, family. Again, we're going to talk about Anpu first, and then we're going to get into Sekhmet, okay? He talked about Anpu. Now, when we're dealing with the spirit of Anpu, now, I'm not really a candle person, but what we do is we infuse the spiritual power in the candle. So when I actually sell the candles, I'm already putting the energy and the spirit of Anpu in that candle. So when you get it, you're going to just go behind me and you're going to recite that, deity's name backwards. Backwards now, family, okay? 9 times. And then what you're going to do is you're going to ask that deity Anpu, since he is the overseer of the ancestors or the underworld that some call the dead. So what you're going to do is you're going to do it backwards. You're not going to do it the way that the Greeks do it, because you can go on YouTube. You got all these Caucasians that use our ancient deities and, Isis and Osiris. They don't even have the original names. And they don't understand that they're not really putting power into these spirits. Into these gods and deities. So they're not really resurrecting them like they're supposed to be. That's where we come in at. And that's where we're going to begin to resurrect them. Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, before we get into that, the song Magic Spell, that's one of my favorite songs that she sings. I like that one.
You might find it on YouTube and play it for them.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, so now we can get into Sekhmet. Sekhmet, you'll see her in ancient Kemet. She's the goddess of the she's the goddess with the lion. She looks like a lioness.
Lioness. And
she's like the most fierce warrior in all of ancient Kemet. People fear her, and as the story goes with her, it's similar to the Christian, story where we know where they got it from. But it goes like this, Ra was disappointed in humanity.
The sun Ra.
The sun Ra was disappointed. He was disappointed in all of humanity because they wasn't living by the ways of Ma'at and balance. And so the story goes that he plucked his brow and he created Sekhmet and sent her down. And she, when she got here, she devoured. It was so much bloodshed that, they say he felt bad and he, Ra felt sorry and repented for having to do that. But that's where she comes in, and she's also the goddess of plague. So, and she can heal and she could destroy. So that's the special thing about her, and also she's a protector, and she's a very fierce warrior. So you don't want to upset Sekhmet. Very powerful deity.
Oh, you sure don't. You sure don't.
And you won't. And when dealing with her, you gotta be about justice. You can't be doing evil stuff with her because she's Sekhmet, and she'll become a problem for you. So make sure when you're dealing with these deities that you're dealing with them the right way.
Now let me explain something to you all. We're talking about ancient deities. You're talking about more ancient than our, modern day voodoo. Like I tell people all the time, we are voodoo. You understand? We are voodoo. Voodoo been here before, way back in ancient times. You understand? We got to understand it really started then. It didn't start in West Africa. Let's get it right. Because a lot of times people think voodoo just started in West Africa. First of all, Egypt is in Africa for one. Okay? But it started on the walls of the hieroglyphs that you see. We've been doing rituals and spells, or if you want to call it. Okay? It has setting up shrines in the beginning of time. Like I say, voodoo just means spirit, which means we are voodoo. That's why we're probably one of the most feared races in this world, okay? Now, with saying that, family, I want to answer your question, Candy Rain. Yes, so what you want to do is you're going to say it backwards. And you have to remember, our ancient ones wrote hieroglyphs from the right to the left. They didn't write left to right. They wrote right to left. Okay? And what I was also told is that the words that we're saying, and this is spiritually, family, are not correct. We should be saying them backwards, which is really the correct way. So when you call, back to Candy Green's question, when you call on Pool, yes, you're right, Candy. You said example, Pool, okay, will be Upna. It would be Upna, okay? So that's how you would call on that deity or that God when you're doing your ritual, okay? Okay, peace and blessings to the family that just came in. Can you demonstrate, please? Paula James, what do you mean demonstrate? I just said it's Umpa. So when you're calling on that, you're going to call on Umpa. I'm calling on the spirit of Umpa to rise up. You see what I'm saying? Because what we're doing is what we were told to do was begin to, resurrect these deities again. Resurrect these gods again. It's time for us to resurrect them because we are the ancient ones. So as we rise, we must resurrect our gods again. Okay? So basically, demonstration of that is when you're at your shrine. First of all, you want to set up a shrine for each one of your gods or your deities, okay?
That you're going to be working with.
That you're going to be working with, right? So, again, Ampu is a very good god to deal with when it comes to your ancestors. So you can set a candle of Ampu or Umpa, okay, saying it backwards, on your shrine. And what you can do is when you're ready to do your ritual, you're going to recite his name 9 times, okay? But don't sit there and be like, umpa. No, you got to come from your stomach. And when you're at your shrine, you need to be, you know what I mean?
You got to say it like you mean it.
Say it like you mean it. Like you going, you know what I mean? Because what you're doing is putting the power of Inyama in it, or energy in it, or Ashe in it, okay? So what you want to do is you want to, once you are at your shrine and you're setting that up on your ancestor's shrine, you're asking him to assist your ancestors in any ritual work that you're doing, okay? So I tell people all the time, you always want to have a separate shrine from what you're doing when it comes to ritual work. However, Ampu will go on your ancestor's shrine because he will be in the back of your ancestors. So say if you call upon the spirit of your ancestors, and you're saying, ancestors, I'm calling on your spirit to guide me, to give me peace, to give me harmony, to give me that. You understand? Who's going to assist with that, and he's going to enhance that ritual along with your ancestors, okay? So that, if that's the example you mean, Paul, okay, that's what I'm giving you, okay? Now, they don't like to share shrines. They get jealous. They get very jealous. They get jealous. They will kick one off the other. Even when it comes to certain, certain talismans and stuff like that, I can't wear certain talismans with my little, best, you know what I mean? And the best that I had came straight out of the tombs of ancient Kemet. Okay, I have an original one that came out the tombs. Haven't seen one like it since I got it. Okay, so pretty much that's how you want to do that. Now, Sekhmet. I love Sekhmet. As a matter of fact, I turned into Sekhmet, goddammit. Don't get me mad because I'll turn into Sekhmet and start slaying y'all like goddamn like she did in ancient times and put bloodshed all over the goddamn city. You know what I mean? And this is real. This is not a joke or this is not a game. Because when you are into spirituality, the level that we are in, you can get mounted. And you can become these actual deities. You can become these actual gods or goddesses or whatever you want to call them. Okay? Now, a lot of times for those who are not into spirituality on the level that we may be, where you're getting mounted by these spirits of gods, okay? You want to use this in a responsible way, okay? Now, with the Sekhmet candle, I usually recommend calling on Sekhmet when you are in a serious situation, okay? You don't want to call on Sekhmet if it ain't that serious. Because I know some folks will be ready to go, oh, I'm gonna get Sekhmet to fuck this bitch up. I'm going to do this. Excuse my language, but it is what it is. It's how people
be
talk.
Careful with that. Y'all been warned.
Right.
She ain't no joke, and she will turn on you.
Right, and be very careful because what we have to understand is you want to use her spirit responsibly. And I'm not talking about you can just say, I'm calling on Sekhmet and I'm going to use Sekhmet to do this. I'm teaching y'all the proper way to do it. Those who don't feel like it, then tell them to go to the ancients because I speak to the ancients all the time. So another thing is you're going to call on Sekhmet. You're going to say her name backwards, okay? You're going to recite your rituals backwards. So if you have to sit down and write down what you're going to say and then write them backwards, you're going to have to do that. That's how you're going to do these rituals, because that's what's going to make them powerful, okay? You wanted to add to that?
Like I said, just I cannot reiterate more. Be very responsible with these, and also with Anubis, because he was known in ancient Kemet for sniffing out somebody that was unjust and wasn't deserving of going on to the afterlife. So he's gonna know when you're doing stuff unrighteous. Also, you can't fool these spirits. That's another thing. A lot of people think they can fool these spirits and defeat these spirits and do all these things. And if you have people who tell you they did all of this, they fought the spirit and they won, they lying.
Let me tell y'all something, okay?
And if it's a dream, okay, it's a dream, but it ain't real.
Well, you know, the thing about it is people need to get serious. Excuse me, y'all. I'm really tired. I've been reading all day long, okay? People need to get really serious about their spirituality.
Correct.
Okay? Especially Africans in America. Because as the ancient says, we are rising up, okay? And as we rise, we need to resurrect, again, our deities, our gods. As you all notice, people are coming out of religion, okay? You had the first Christian, which people don't know, which was Akhenaten, okay? Where he began to worship the sun god Ra, okay? Now, Akhenaten is really the first Christian. A lot of our stuff was taken. We all do know they told us it was mythology and it was the truth. We know the whole history. But a lot of us don't know that we are the ancient ones. As I said earlier, you know, these young guys don't even know why they're walking around with pointy beards. They don't even know why they're walking around with locks. You see, if you look at the ancient hieroglyphics, you see the men back then were wearing 2 earrings. Y'all remember when the guys started doing it? And they were saying, oh, they're gay. They got 2 earrings in their ear. Go back to your ancient hieroglyphs and you'll see these men were wearing 2 earrings. They had, you know, if you look at their beards, they were braided in fishbone braid. You look at the women's hair, they had locks. The guys had locks. They had waves. You see what I'm saying? And we are them. And what we don't know is, y'all ain't see nothing yet. All I'm going to say, I can't show you what I see. I can't put you in my mind and my visions to see. But the ancients showed me some serious things, okay? And we have to get serious about this because we haven't seen anything yet. So now we come here to share with you basic rituals you can do, but serious rituals that you need to know, okay? So as again, like I was saying, you Sekhmet, very, very responsible. Because you're talking about using our melanin, okay? Using our melanin to tap back into the energy of these gods and these goddesses, for lack of better words, because that's what people know, okay? To resurrect them, to begin to work for us again. You want to add something to that?
Like she said, we will rise in the West, and we are rising, and we're going through a transformation this time, and it is very serious. And you know, we've been receiving messages, not just her, me also, especially with the diet. And what I was told was the reason why it's information that they want to give us from the plants, because of the sun is communicating with the plants. And also, it's other reasons for health reasons, because it's got something to do with stuff they're doing to the food and putting in the air and the sickness that they're trying to bring. So it's certain vitamins and minerals that we need, that the ancients are trying to tell us about, that we actually need to be in our system to you know, combat the stuff that's coming. But it's gonna get so serious and real in the future that things that they used to get away with, like she said, they're not gonna get away with, and injustice is gonna be it's going to be served up quickly. Very quickly.
Tell them how to do this one right here. Tell them what it's used for.
All right. This one, for y'all, oh, they can't even see over there. For this one is, like I said, this is the Sekhmet candle. I'm trying to put it so y'all can see that. Sekhmet. Yeah. Right here. This one right here is the candle. And it says on the candle, Sekhmet is the oldest known deity in Egypt. A name derived from the Egyptian word Sekhmet, which means power, and is often translated into she who is powerful.
She who is powerful. So Sekhmet is very powerful. That's why I said we can't play when we're using Sekhmet. Now, I had a question. Long live the king says, how do you pronounce Sekhmet backwards? Okay? So it's Temkes. Temkes. Okay? You got to roll that tongue. Temkes is how you say Sekhmet backwards. Sekhmet. Okay? But it's Temkes. So what you want to do, family, to make it easier, write it down forwards first, and then write the words backwards, and do your best to try to pronounce it. But what you can do too is you can call upon the ancient ones to speak through you, to see through you, to give you the proper way to speak the ancient language. Okay? I'm telling you, I didn't know what the hell I was saying. I didn't know what the hell they was telling me, but I know they came to me at 4 o'clock in the morning and say, sing it backwards. And I'm hearing these voices because my shrine is behind me. And I say, huh? I said, what? I said, sing it backwards. I said, okay. I'm saying, welcome to Venus. My name is Wunam. I'm saying, Imaklu Suneb, right? And these ancient ones saying, you're the bringer of light. I said, what? You know, you're the bringer of light. I said, okay.
It's like I can't see it.
Okay. So, pretty much,
is that better?
you have to go back. And what you have to do, you just go back to scene 2 and then transfer over. Okay, family. All right, so pretty much, you know, that's real. Okay. All right, my sister says, I need another one. Okay. It's crazy because I stopped eating meat like 9 months ago. But see, my brother, long live the king, it wasn't just about eating meat. When they told me to do this, we had to do it for 1 week. Whatever vibrational energy that we were on at that time, we needed to eat all greens. We weren't supposed to eat anything else but greens. And what they told me is that, and I'm talking about the ancient ones who just joined us, what they told me is that when we eat these greens, there's something that it was going to do to begin the process of reactivating our DNA. Remember, our DNA was shut down during certain ages, okay? Now, it's time for our DNA to reactivate to get access to that information. So pretty much, that's why we had to do it. You didn't have to become a vegan. But I mean, if you choose to, that's your business. If you haven't, that's good. But this was for spiritual reason. This wasn't just to become a vegan, my brother. Okay? All right? Now, what was I going to say again? Let me get back to the questions. I've been talking about changing my food diet. Oh, yeah, yes, it's serious. Yeah, it's serious. This is no joke or no game. And I'm going to tell y'all like this. I don't profess to know all. And I'm, as a matter of fact, I still have a lot of respect for my brothers and sisters out there, especially brother Baba Heru. He's been on my show, and he's been teaching about Kemetic spirituality for a very long time. My brother Kepra Pata, my brother, Baba Harry, and actually years ago, Baba Harry crowned me as Queen Hepsetchet. Okay, he said I was Queen Hepsetchet. And what's crazy about a family is, what I did is I never got initiated into Kemetic spirituality, because what I did is I went to the ancients myself. And not only that, I already knew that I was an ancient one from when I was, 5 years old, when I was in school, and I drew a picture of Akhenaten, right? And when I drew his picture, I had never seen anything from Egypt, never looked at no books. I was in kindergarten, and I drew a mural. And my mother said, "Well, how did you?" And I drew it really good for him. I drew the colors. They told me what to draw. My mother said, "Well, how did you know how to draw that?" The teachers was amazed, and I said, "Well, they told me to draw it." My mother said, "Who?" You know, my mother said, "Who?" I said, "He told me to draw it, and they showed me how to draw it." So I always knew I was the ancient one. So I didn't feel the need to have to get, initiated into Kemetic spirituality, because I knew I was always an ancient one. The connection that I had, what I communicated with them since I was a little girl. So long story short, what I do is I summon them myself. I have my own ancient shrine set up, and they communicate with me. They give me stuff all the time, and a lot of times, for those who've been following me for years, like I told you all, they wonder how the pyramids are built. They use lasers. They use lasers to build them. They were giants at that time. People like, how the hell you know? That's what they showed me. You know what I mean? And people kind of bug out when you tell them, but I'm like, think about it. Use a logical sense. First of all, ancient Kemet or Egypt was a stone city. There's nothing but stone. Okay, you have limestone. You have the pyramids that are made of granite. So, or granite, whatever you want to call it. So now we're saying that, think about it. If you can't fit a human piece of hair, a strand of hair, through the blocks of the pyramids, what does that tell you? And what I told people years ago, they built them with high-tech lasers. They had way higher technology than we had this day and time. But not only that, go to Cairo yourself. Go to Egypt yourself. Go look on the hieroglyphs. They got airplanes. They got, all
helicopters.
Helicopters, all of that great stuff. So we're saying that, pretty much, family, you can reverence and call upon the ancients. It's in your DNA. You are an ancient one. All you have to do is start calling upon them, and they're going to come to you. Okay?
All you got to do is connect.
Connect with them. That's all you got to do. Set up your little shrines. And not only that, if you order, and we will be having the statues soon, because we do have a few statues in the store, you also want to put the spirit of these ancient ones inside of these statues, okay? With the candles, what we pretty much do is once you invoke the spirit, because we already infused the candles with the spirit, with the actual deity, but it's already got Sekhmet in it. What we do is after you burn it down and recite your ritual, whatever you're doing it for, you have a bracelet that you'll wear, because then you will have the power of Sekhmet with you, okay? So you'll put on your bracelet and you'll wear it, okay? Some of our candles have rings, okay, for protection. So pretty much we try to, make sure that all of our candles, especially the ancient ones, as well as the other ones we sell, but especially the ancient ones, which we were informed to resurrect them again. But we also need y'all to do it too, okay?
Y'all gotta put y'all power in it.
Y'all gotta put your power and your energy into it, okay? Now, real quick, in the 3rd grade, I was introduced to hieroglyphics in my life. Lit up, I resonated and learned and drew the alphabet better than my classmates. Okay, see? Mia says, it feels good to stick with the fruits and veggies. It almost has a sense of enlightenment to it. Okay, Mia. Long Live the King says they had laboratories inside the pyramids. Oh, they sure did.
Yeah. They had, they actually had needles and everything in there to draw blood. They knew the blood type. They knew a lot of stuff that a lot of stuff that scientists and doctors are still finding out. They already had the knowledge of it in ancient Kemet.
Already had the knowledge. Now, we're going to take some callers. We're not going to be on here long tonight, but I wanted to share this. Another thing, too, I told you all a couple of weeks ago, I think, but black folks, start taking some B12 and what do you call it, y'all?
Magnesium.
Okay? Start taking some B12 and magnesium, and reveal to them today what Spirit showed you as well.
About the I already told them about the diet and stuff. I already explained that. It's just we're gonna have to. What I do is I reiterate on that. Spirit just showed me that we have to start taking our health more seriously, and with the B12 and the magnesium. Those are some of the minerals that are going to be needed in the future as we move forward. We're going to need that. Okay,
Hold
we got
on,
a
family.
call.
We're going to take a caller. Okay.
They hung up.
Okay. Caller, call back in. I don't know if you got cut off, but call back in. Okay? Candy Rain says, do the ancients have herbs or crystals that are connected to them? You know, the ancients actually, they had many herbs. You know, they have the lotus flower. You have the frankincense, the myrrh. They had a lot of resins and stuff like that they used. Crystals, certain crystals. You got limestone. You got crystals you can use. Yeah.
Hello? Spiritually seeing?
Hello. Yes, I'm calling in because I just want to thank you so much first and foremost. First of all, peace and blessings to you both. But I want to thank you guys both because I purchased some candles recently and they just worked wonders. I don't know what y'all put on them, what y'all sprinkled on them, what y'all prayed over them, but I need some more, and I wanted to know if they were back in stock or.
Well, let me ask you,
available.
which candles did you order? Because we have the Ampul, we have the Sekhmet, we have the Ma'at, and we have the Thoth.
I ordered the first.
The Ampul and the Sekhmet.
I can't pronounce it.
The Ampul and the Sekhmet.
Yes, honey.
Okay. Well, actually, what we do is
this time because I mean they burned, and I just felt like. I mean, we had a discussion. I'm not going to go because I want to take up all the time on your show and everything. But, you know, this is Lala, by the way. I don't know if you could pick up on my voice, but it's Lala. You know, the conversation we had. But everything you told me to do, I followed it to the letter. And I just felt like it was like a power came over me. Everything went exactly the way you said it. So I just want to make another purchase.
Okay. Well, you know, you can head to the website. You know, Spiritually Speaking store.com is where you can order the candles, okay? I mean, because
so I can actually get them online. Is there a limit to how many I can purchase?
Well, no, actually, well, let me put it this way. My personal website is having technical difficulties, but we do have a store website. Because you ordered, I believe you ordered it from my store website, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, because that site is down. You're going to have to go to the Spiritually Speaking store website because I'm having technical difficulties with Vistaprint, and I'm putting them out there because they piss me off. But anyway,
okay.
But what you just hit me up.
You off. Not after that candle you set me. That's power, honey.
Yeah, that Sekhmet is no joke. And what we usually do is we already put the power of Sekhmet and actually the deities inside of the candle. So we're praying and we're putting the energy of that actual deity in the candle. So that's why they're so powerful. But I always recommend that when you do get them, you put your power into it too. Okay?
Right. So I kind of was like speaking lights into the candle. I know I take my coconut oils and I rub the candles down and speak, you know, my intentions into them. Is there something more I should be doing?
No, that's it, because we already do the work over them for you. So when you call upon that deity, besides when I told, well, I don't know if you was instructed, because, you know, we got other people working at the store, but you was instructed when you bought the candle to recite it backwards. To make sure you say it backwards, to say her name backwards, to say your prayer, whatever you have, or you're calling to her backwards. So if you did that, you're good. You're good. Like you said, if it worked, then you're good. Sekhmet worked for you.
Yeah, I mean, it was powerful. Like, I was shocked. I mean, you know, I've purchased candles for you before, but this was just on a whole nother wave. So anybody listening, I encourage y'all, definitely call in, definitely go on the website and pick 1 or 2 or 12 up, because I'm going to be getting a few.
Okay, well, just let us know. Just let us know. Hit us up on the 909 number, or you can check out the site. I'll put it in the chat, spirituallyspeakingstore.com. Okay?
All right.
Because my site is down.
So much.
All right. Thank you for calling, Lala. Thank you for calling in.
Most definitely. Y'all have a wonderful evening. Peace and blessings.
Okay. Take care.
All right.
Okay, we got a question right here. Michael Grant. He says, Nikki, are Anubis and Bear and Samadhi the same energies? Because I feel like I'm being contacted with them receiving a top hat and a cape like a black Superman.
Nah, I don't see them the same energy. Nobody's in somebody's not the same energy. Some say it, but it's not. It's not. No.
We got another one. Sarah M says, they say we need to take vitamin D. Is this true? In a video, a scientist said black people can't absorb vitamin D.
That's not true at all. That's not true at all.
Yeah, that's not true. We need to be out in the sun.
But see, the thing about it, black people are naturally melanated, okay? But we do need to get vitamin D. We're still human beings, you know what I mean? And we can absorb vitamin D. But I don't know if you misheard us, or maybe you're just asking that question or just stating that. But we was told, this is the message I was given by the ancestors, for us to begin to take a B12. And by the way, Candy Rain, B12 complex is fine, okay? It's all the series of Bs, but we were told to take more B12 and magnesium, that we needed to start taking it. This is what Spirit gave me, okay? But yes, we do need vitamin D, and especially if you're in a colder region. Because you got to realize, first of all, let me just say this, for people who don't know, especially black women and black men that live in colder regions, they're not getting an adequate amount of sun. Vitamin E gives us sun. You have, over the years, a large amount of black people, okay, and not just black people, but white people too, up in the northern regions that are not getting the proper sun, that have been diagnosed with a lot of autoimmune diseases, okay? And this is how important the sun is to us. Not just when I tell y'all to talk to the sun and commune with the sun. I'm talking about in reference to healing the sun. You know, in Africa, we lay in the direction of the sun when we have pain or we have headache. Well, what we have to understand is the sun has so much more beneficial to us. So you have a lot of people up north in the colder regions that are lacking sun. They lack vitamin D, and they're coming down with these autoimmune diseases, especially lupus, multiple sclerosis, fibromyalgia, you know, arthritis, because they're not getting sun like they're supposed to, okay? But black people can absorb vitamin D. That's funny that they would say that, especially because
they've been saying that. They've been saying that. But you like a lot of stuff I noticed when it comes to the doctor. Sorry about that, baby.
Dropped it on my toe.
Sorry.
All right.
But a lot of times with the doctors and the scientists, they put out a lot of stuff that's not true, especially about our people. But they've been studying us for years, and I mean, it's funny. That's all I could say with some of the stuff that they put out.
All right, Alderico says, hey, what you think about the movie Black Panther, even though it's not all in theaters yet? I heard the tickets were sold out. You're damn right. Them pre-sale tickets are done. But, oh, we're going to see that. Oh, I got to see Black Panther. See, we already talked about it last night. Had my family over. We already talked about everybody's going to see Black Panther.
We're going as a family unit. We're going to be mobbing.
Yeah, we're going to be mobbing up in there to watch Black Panther. And I'm going to tell y'all like this, and I think you said it too, Brother Adinkra. I think that's going to be the highest paid movie in history's time. Spirit just showed me that. What y'all think? You know why? If y'all seen the trailer, they're revealing the power of black people. And guess what? It's in Africa. You see what I'm saying?
And they talk about the rare metal that is only found in Wakanda, which is, you know, a made-up country or whatever that's hidden from the civilization, and it survived over time because nobody could find it. But it just reminds me of the other metal that comes out of Africa that's only found in Africa that they use to make the computer chips with. Coltan, yeah, I couldn't think of the name of it, but Africa has a lot of mineral resources, and like the other week, you know, what 2 or 3 weeks ago when Trump said Africa was a shithole country, they had shithole countries or whatever, and nations. I guarantee you, if Africa was like, we'll trade you our resources for yours, he'd give up America's resources in a heartbeat to have all
that damn Trump would give up his goddamn bank account for the resources in Africa. Let's be real.
For real.
Let's be real. Now, and speaking of that, I have to touch on this real quick, y'all. I got to touch on this because, see, Jay-Z was on CNN. Jay-Z said, look, Trump shouldn't have said what he said because...
He said it was hurtful.
It was hurtful. He said they're human beings in Africa. He said they're beautiful people in Africa, and Africa's a beautiful country, continent. Trump gets his old red head, as that preacher said, orangutan ass.
It ain't red, it's
yellow, orange, whatever the color hell it is. Orange and yellow mixed, okay? Gets his orangutan ass on damn Twitter. And he did admit that he tweets in the morning. He said he tweets out of his bed. You see, Trump, he's a big kid. He's a big kid. But anyway. And says to Jay-Z, since I've been in office, okay? Since I've been in office, unemployment for black folks has been down.
What he failed to mention is unemployment for blacks and whites has been going down since 2010. It's been a steady decline.
Since Obama was in office. So do not get it confused, Mr. Trump. We need to buy Trump some toys. What y'all think? We need to send him some gifts or some toys because he ain't nothing but a big ass kid. And he loves Twitter. And like he said, he be in his bed on Twitter. Okay? He be in the bathroom in the morning on Twitter. He ain't nothing but a big kid. But you see, Trump, he likes to tongue wrestle. Do y'all notice that? He likes to tongue wrestle. Mm-hmm. Right? And sometimes you just can't pay attention to what his crazy ass say. Because Trump is just one of those type of people that likes to tongue wrestle. And you got to beat him with tongue wrestling. Now, a sister like me, I'll tongue wrestle with Trump on on Twitter. Really, Trump? Really? You like Trump? We could play this game if you want to. Okay? So you're saying that the unemployment rate went down for blacks. Okay? Don't get me goddamn started. Because, see, Trump don't want to wrestle with me on Twitter because we go back and forth. Because I'm not one that be like, okay. So I'll tell you what, if it wasn't for blacks, okay, your ass wouldn't have what you had right now. So don't get me started, y'all. Trump, he liked to tongue wrestle. So he just got to find somebody who's his match. Jay-Z was cool. Jay-Z didn't respond. But, you know, as a sister, you know, I got to, you know, I like to tongue wrestle too. Sometimes I like acting like a big kid too. It is what it is. You know what I mean? So we're saying that, family, you know, Jay-Z handled it very well, and I'm happy with that. Peace and blessings to my brother Akintunde. Long Peace, time brother. No see. We miss you. Where you been at? We miss you. But anyway, y'all, I mean, you know, honestly speaking, you really can't take what he says seriously. He's a big kid. I'm looking at his face, and the way he even holds his lip is like a big ass baby. Like he's a baby. Like, you know, his lips be like that. He be pouting, you know, and you can't take what he says serious. It's like he's a joke. And honestly speaking, I think he's just doing this for fun. This is like a video game to him. You know what I mean? So y'all can't take it serious. You know, it is what it is.
Yeah, y'all gotta stop getting bent out of shape over stuff Trump says.
All right, Alderico, don't get me started, goddamn. Don't get me started, cause I've been reading all day. My energy is drawn. But hold on, wait a minute. Did you say, yeah, y'all black sisters can beat him in tongue wrestling? Did he just say that, Brother Dinkra?
I didn't see that.
Adinkra.
That's what he said.
I done seen some of the best black men that could get up there with some of them women. Do not make no mistake about it. Do not get me started. Yeah, look, he said he missed us too.
All right. When you coming back, brother?
We gonna see you soon. We gotta see you soon. So, you know, trust me. Paula James said, trust me, correction. Thank you, my sister, if you're saying correction, because I've seen some of these black men get up with some of these women just like they were women. So do not get me started. And especially because the divine feminine energy has risen and y'all sensitive sides are kicking in. And I'll tell you, it ain't a lie, because today I got on the phone. I had 5 readings. And one of them was a man. And he called me 3 times about, I can't name his name, and I'm not going to tell you his name because it's, you know, but it's a similar situation to any other man. He's dealing with a woman that he cheated on, and the woman went and got somebody else, and this man is boo-hooing on the phone. I just can't live without her. I don't know what to do. I want to marry her.
Baby, come back to me.
Yeah, I said, well, my brother, I said, well, look here. I said, you need to suck it up. I said, what you do is suck it up. I said, because see, you shouldn't have cheated on her in the first place. I said, and the problem is you're focusing on the man she's with now because, see, y'all are naturally territorial and you can't stand the thought of your woman laying down with another man. I said, but guess what? I said, she couldn't stand the thought of you laying down with another woman. But did you think about that when you was out there cheating on her? You know what I mean? So, you know, he said, yeah, you right, sister. I said, so ain't no need to sit up here crying on the phone. I said, now what you do is you sit back and you suck it up because it is what it is. I said, when a woman gets fed up, she's fed up. I said, ain't nothing you can do about it. Didn't R. Kelly tell you that? So I told him, I said, wipe your little tears, hold your head up, go to work.
And go do some push-ups.
Are you trying to say? Are you trying to say?
I'm just saying. He could do some push-ups.
Come on now, sisters. And that's going to be our next show we do. Because I'm going to tell you like this. I got to have a talk with my sisters. I don't know what's going on with my sisters. I don't know if y'all losing your goddamn mind.
Preach!
I don't know if y'all have not forgotten. But one thing I know, my sisters walk around here talking about, I'm strong. I'm a strong black sister. Okay? I'm going to tell y'all like this. I'm going to put y'all to the test. We're going to see how strong y'all are. And I'm going to tell you why. And this is between the sisters, y'all. Nothing against my brothers. I am far from a feminist, trust me. They will tell you, people that know me for years will tell you, I am not a feminist. I'm for the balance, and I will get on my sisters just like I will get on my brothers. But sisters, if y'all don't dig goddamn down to your stomach and your feet and get some balls about yourself, we're going to have a serious woman conference. I have not seen more women get on my phone in the last 2 days. And I'm not even talking about personal. I'm talking about women I just met 3 days ago, and I'm getting calls. And these women talking about, well, he's with another woman. And this is going on. And again, we're not telling you their personal business, but the truth of the matter is similar situations. Same story, different place, different face. From California to goddamn Europe somewhere. My sisters are going through it. And the worst thing I can't stand is hearing one of my sisters say that she is going through changes because of a man. And the other thing I can't stand is a sister that will fight over another man. Don't, Black women, African women in America, do you know who you are? Do not walk around with your head held up high. Do not walk around talking about, I'm so goddamn strong. And I get a call when you can't pull it together and know that, first of all, you don't play second to no woman. You never play second to no woman. Look, Sango Wale, peace and blessings, my brother Sango.
Peace,
long time
Sango.
no see. My other brother. I miss y'all. So what I'm saying to you sisters, we got to have a serious conference. We got to get together and we got to talk. I'm sick of hearing my sisters crying on the phone. Talking about, well, he got another woman. Or he left me for this woman. Now, we do know some cases. I had one case today where when I did do a divination on it, the woman that took him away was doing ritual work on this man.
Happens all the time.
But no, men do it too. Let's not make no. Men do it too.
You had that with me on my phone.
I get men that call me and do the same, and have had other men take their women.
I remember that.
Yeah.
That guy,
so what I'm saying
I can only remember
it's not righteous for them to do that. So with saying that, that's a little bit of a different story because you have people who take their gifts as traditional healers, as Palo priests, whatever they want to call them. Mm-hmm. And what they do is they use it to take someone against their will. That's not right. That's not right. But, again, I'm seeing my sisters, Black women, African women in America, as I say, that have allowed themselves to come down to the lowest of the low. We do know that we, as everybody says, And everybody always talks about black women got attitude, black women got attitude, black women think they're strong. We hear from our brothers, we hear from every other race. But if they only knew what I knew. If they only knew what I knew. So it's time for us sisters to rise up. The divine feminine energy has risen, and it's time for us to dig down in our stomachs and stand up and take our rightful positions. We must take our rightful positions as mothers, as elders, as sisters. And I'm not talking about you talk. I had to shut a sister down tonight. Hey, hold on, wait a minute. That's a fellow sister. We're not going to do that. I don't get into talking about my sisters like that. So we're not going to do that. So as I read you, let me teach you. And let me teach you that I'm going to be a real sister to you. Okay? It's time. Because I'm telling you all right now, I'm getting these sisters calling. It's like, well, what happened to y'all? What happened to my sisters? What happened? Come on now. Come on. We got to get it together. That's another whole show, though, family, because I can't stay on here tonight. Okay? If we don't have, okay, any questions? Okay, any questions over here?
No question.
Marina L says, that's crazy to me because you running to cut that woman. But what if that particular woman you about to cut said to your man and he went to the next woman that said, yes, you're going to cut her too? Why not go to the source? It's truly sad people use spiritual work together. And Sister Marina, oh, you're so right. You're so right. We have to do better. We have to do better. When we sit up here and we say that we are the ones who hold the strength, we say that we are the righteous ones, we say that we walk as goddesses and queens and kings, as you do, then you should hold your head up and you should walk like it, talk like it, act like it, take your positions. Take your rightful positions, my brothers, my sisters. It's time. Can you feel the vibration? Can you feel the difference? Can you feel that we are coming into ourselves again? You ain't got no business fighting over no man, and no man got no business fighting over no woman. We have bigger and better things to do, y'all. Yeah. And y'all ain't seen nothing yet. Y'all ain't seen nothing yet. But sisters, you are the mothers of civilization. And sisters, I expect you all to act as if you are. And I need you all to take your rightful positions. Not fighting against each other. Not talking about each other. Sisters, if a man, and let me tell y'all this. If you don't cheat with the man can't cheat. Start shutting all that down. And men, shut the hell up, because I know y'all want to say something about it. Oh, is she telling the sisters don't do this? It's time for y'all to get it straight too. Take your rightful positions as kings. Be the protectors of the women and the children. That's what y'all do. Enough of sleeping around and sharing your behind. It's time. We are going on another, and we are coming to another vibration of energy. We are coming back into our God selves, as you all want to say. We are coming in back to into our power, okay? You all can't see that their time is up? So with saying that, family, let's get it together. Sisters, stop crying. Men, get it together. Sisters, don't confront your other sister. Confront that man. Make him get it right. And there's one thing you do know. All of y'all men, and I'm not saying that you need to bow down. Because see, some of y'all got some egotistical, crazy thoughts. What I'm saying is that you need to respect the feminine energy. Like I said, I'm far from a feminist. But what I'm saying is it is a woman's vagina that you have to come out of. Don't forget it. And with saying that, woman, it is your job and your duty to be the nurturer and the caretaker of this earth. It's time to pull out your weapons of power, internal power, Inyama, Ashes. And it's time to raise up our nation again. You ain't got time to be crying and fight your fellow sister. You better get your behinds together. Instead of hating on each other, fighting over a man, because they ain't nowhere in the world I'll fight over a man. I just ain't doing it. Stop playing second and third. Make these men do what's righteous because they come out of your vagina, okay? They come out of your vagina, let's not get it confused. And when they do, you are to help them find the man within themselves. And they should take their rightful positions as the protectors of us. Shut it down. It's time. And men, you can get mad if you want to, but there's one thing I do know you all have big respect for, most of you anyway, is your mother. Don't mess with a man's mother. So with saying that, y'all know what I'm talking about, don't you, brothers? Y'all know what I'm speaking of, right?
I think so. I don't know about Grant Michaels though. He said some women be overdoing the power play.
Grant Michaels, and I understand that, and that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about understanding that we are the natural nurturers of the earth and taking your positions as such, not trying to dominate a man. That is not what we're here to do. All we're to do with our men children is to teach them to the best of our abilities how to find the man within themselves, okay? And then we teach them how to become the protectors of us. It's not about dominating them, and that's another thing. Women, stop effeminizing your man.
Yeah, destroying his manhood.
Destroying his manhood. Stop breaking his manhood down. Okay? See, this is why it's important that we have to begin to educate our women to come back to those queen or those goddess ways, or being those natural nurturers of the earth. We got work to do, sisters. We got a lot of work to do. And I'm just telling y'all, get ready. Get ready. Because if you can't see it, I can. Look at all this exposure. All this exposure.
Like I've been saying for the longest, this is the age of Aquarius. Water washes away and exposes things. Build and destroy. Destroy and rebuild. So that's what's going on. That's why everybody's getting exposed. I'm talking about everybody. Look at the NFL. They just got exposed to how everything is rigged. So, and they've admitted to all of this stuff. All these games been rigged. So it's just,
y'all ain't seen nothing yet.
It's gonna get worse.
And as it gets worse, us family, we have to rise. We must take our rightful positions, because under this matriarchal energy of rising is gonna come a balance. Mm-hmm. So we ain't got no choice. I don't want to hear no excuses, family. And on that note, we're getting ready to get out of here. Thank you for watching us. Spiritually Seeing News, where we see what you can only imagine to see. And saying that, if you missed the beginning of the video, come back and watch us. We talked about the rituals you do tonight to raise the ancient ancestors, whether you call it Kemetic or whether you call it, the Greek words are Egyptians, okay? Because everybody is not educated. Mm-hmm. But get ready. Start reverencing those ancient ones. Let's wake them up, family. Because we're going to need them. Okay. We'll see you all. What?
That was it.
When will we see them again, Brother Adinkra?
Next time we turn on this damn camera.
Okay, family. We'll see you all. Today's what, Monday?
Yeah.
We'll see you on Wednesday night. Please stay tuned, okay? We'll see you all on YouTube on Wednesday night. Love you, family. Peace and blessings.
All right. Peace.
Bye. I gotta go. I'm tired. Blessings. Bye, YouTube. Love your family.
Peace.
Stop. Oh, we forgot to play Magic Spell.
We did.
Let's see. Oh, let's forget it. It's still streaming. Stop recording. Still streaming. We'll play it next time, family. If not, go Google Magic Spell by Nicky Love, okay?